Have you ever walked past this red box on the wall, and wondered, what's actually inside a fire alarm pull station? Is it just a simple lever? Is it high-tech? Or is there something secretly complex hiding behind that innocent red cover? Today, we're cracking it open, safely and educationally, to reveal the surprising engineering, safety science, and life-saving technology inside a fire alarm pull station, and trust me, it's way more fascinating than you think. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how it works, why it's designed the way it is, and how one pull of this handle can save hundreds of lives. Let's pull back the mystery. A fire alarm pull station is a manual activation device that triggers a building's fire alarm system. It's strategically placed near exits and hallways so anyone can activate the alarm during an emergency. But here's the wild part. It doesn't just ring a bell. When pulled, it sends a signal to the main fire alarm control panel, which then activates sirens and strobes, alerts emergency services, starts evacuation protocols, sometimes triggers sprinklers and smoke control systems. In other words, this little device is the front-line hero of fire safety. Let's break it down piece by piece. The mechanical trigger system inside the pull station is a mechanical linkage system. When you pull the handle, a lever moves, a spring mechanism activates, a switch is engaged. This movement is what physically triggers the electronic signal. It's engineered to be easy to pull in emergencies, difficult to tamper with, accidentally durable under extreme conditions. The micro switch at the heart of the system is a tiny but powerful component. The micro switch. When the handle is pulled, the micro switch closes the circuit. This sends a signal to the fire alarm panel. The system recognizes it as a confirmed emergency. It's instant. No delay. No hesitation. Just action. Status indicator and amp. Reset mechanism. Many pull stations include a visible flag or indicator, a reset key slot. Once triggered, the station remains locked in the activated position until a trained professional uses a special key to reset it. This prevents confusion and ensures responders know exactly where the alarm originated. Wiring network. Hidden behind the casing are wires that connect directly to the building's alarm panel, monitoring systems, backup power sources. Even during a power failure, many systems still work because they include battery backups or connections to emergency power lines. Why it's designed this way. Pull stations aren't random. Their design is based on psychology, speed, and emergency behavior. Bright red color equals instant recognition, simple instructions equals no thinking required. Pull down motion equals natural human reaction in panic situations. Complex systems fail. But this is foolproof simplicity. And that's exactly why it saves lives. What happens when it's pulled? The moment the handle is pulled, 1. Alarm system activates. 2. Sirens and flashing lights turn on. 3. Building evacuation begins. 4. Fire department is notified. 5. Data logs the exact station location. This allows responders to know where the incident started, which zone is affected, how to respond faster. It's coordinated chaos, perfectly planned. Here are some mind-blowing truths. Some pull stations are weatherproof and explosion resistant. They're tested for thousands of activation cycles. Many contain anti-tamper technology. Tampering with one can lead to serious legal consequences. Some models are now integrated with smart building systems. This isn't just a plastic box. It's a command trigger for safety architecture. So next time you walk past a fire alarm pull station, remember, inside that simple red casing is precision engineering, emergency intelligence, a life-saving communication system, and a critical point of survival. Pretty amazing, right? If this video opened your eyes, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden tech breakdowns, bell. Share this with someone who loves how things work videos, and tell me in the comments, what everyday object should we take apart next? See you in the next deep dive.